is saying it's live. Let's hope everything works properly.
I've got a commercial going.
Ah, commercials.
Yay!
Yay!
It's a commercial.
It's a commercial. Don't you just love
There we
this?
are.
Hooray! Hello! Alright, let's make sure everybody can be heard, because everything in my sound system went completely bonkers after Windows decided to do a major update. So Marconin can be heard. I can be heard, correct? Yes? You guys can hear us both?
Can you hear us both? Please say yes.
Please don't nod. You have two voices. All right, now there's the next test. Let's see if you guys can hear. Can you hear this?
This podcast is a part of the Signals Media All-Star.
You should be able to hear it because it showed it was going on in the stream. So
I hope so, because
no
I can't.
nodding. Thank you. Marconin cannot hear it because something broke in the interim, which is stupid. I had to reconfigure
Stuff's
everything.
broke, Cap.
I'm gonna tweet the deets.
Dead.
All right.
Man,
there
oh
we
man.
go. There we go. Everything's working. Yay! At least most of it. Marconin won't be able to hear the sounders, but that is...
Yo.
That's at least functional for us to have a recording, and it's doing its thing. So that's good. We're both a little raspy. Just a little bit.
Just a little. It's actually better today than it was the last few days. It's been pretty scratchy. Thankfully, I think I avoided con crud, but as far as just the scratch, just too much Disney. Too much Disney on Sunday. So 15 hours of Disney.
What?
15. Open to close.
How did you manage that? I mean, so tired.
I was running off like 4 hours of sleep, if that. But actually, no, it was like 3.5 hours. So, yeah.
Oh my God.
Oh yeah, and 20. I did see that, and yes, I am looking forward to talking to you about that, about stuff. So yes.
It was concrete. I mean, I have been. Marconin's a touch louder. Okay, let me see if I can fix that.
I'm a touch louder.
I fix. Hold on.
I fix. I need to finish putting my pin collection together. I haven't had the chance. My shadow box up here, which I don't know if you can see on the stream. No, you can't see it, but it's up on the top shelf. It's got all the ones from this year, except for two that I'm missing, which is the Alarak that I got from Ratzel. She was kind enough to give that to me. And then also the Overwatch World Cup. I like this one. It's very pretty. All of the what are they? All of the esports pins looked really, really cool this year.
Yeah.
They have a lot of detail. And I have almost completed my bag.
Oh, that's awesome. I got a
I don't have any
one
room.
Of these little guys thrown to me. The Blizzard esports ones.
The esports.
Yeah, it like landed in my. Oh, it does look like esports, doesn't it? Oh, yeah, it kind of does.
Esports.
It landed in my lap, literally.
Oh, nice.
I was watching the HGC finals, and it just literally just landed in my lap. So that's awesome.
I went by the arena table where they had the poster make posters, and the guy was just handing them out, and I was like, "Ooh, thank you."
Thank you.
And I got one of these from Ratzel as well. But while I was walking around, at some point, someone put this BlizzCon community patch on my bag.
Oh, nice.
Like, I had room because I only had my doubles on there because I was afraid someone was going to steal something. I was always afraid someone was going to steal one off the back. But someone just put it on the back on my bag while I was walking around.
They're rare too.
Yeah, apparently so. And actually, I bought a couple of badges. that I didn't get from a guy in my Facebook group today.
Oh, nice.
I got the Reinhardt lion and the summoning stone. And what was the third one? Oh, the Overwatch World Cup logo. Because I got the Talon. I got the Talon one from playing Overwatch, but I did not get the other one.
Awesome.
I'm not hitting the ear quite so hard.
You're not hitting the. I brought your levels down just a little bit, so
Yeah.
it wasn't too aggressive. No, don't be aggressive.
Don't be aggressive. Don't be aggressive. I see 20. They were supposed to be sneaky Pete's.
Yeah.
Putting them on there.
Apparently the Mercy wings were the thing that everybody wanted.
Yeah, I saw one for $500 on eBay. How are they giving those out? Because I never learned.
I think it was Blizzard employees that had them.
Okay.
I wasn't absolutely certain about this, but when I went to the FedEx office to ship home the remaining stuff for the CTR party, there was a guy in there that was bringing a box in, and he was talking about Mercy Wings and how he tracked down a guy who that people were just literally just stealthily putting them on people's backpacks.
Oh.
And that he had he kind of like stealthily tracked this guy down to try to catch him, because they were trying to be real discreet about it. It was literally like, real quiet, like kind of walking up in the back of the backpack. And yeah, but those are apparently like super rare. Like, yeah, I'd heard about like the $100, $500 ones. Like, that's crazy. And that people were like stealing them off of other people's backpacks, which is really shitty. So
yeah. Well, and I saw they had that Blizzard logo, the rainbow one that they used in the LGBT whatever little diversity area.
Yep.
Well, there's one on eBay for like $200. It's the only one.
Yeah.
Because they were only supposed to be, I think, for employees, but a couple of employees gave them out.
Oh, nice.
They're not going to sell them, because if Blizzard finds out you're selling your pins, you are canned.
Yeah. Yeah.
So.
For sure.
For show.
I got this really cool one from Vashti, our friend Vashti. It says shenanigans on it.
Oh, I like that.
And so, yeah, it just says shenanigans on it. And it's just like, this is super cool. I really dig this. Like, we're up to shenanigans. So, yeah. I mean, she mailed. And then, of course, the convert to raid ones. We sold out of those completely. We did.
Oh, we did? I was going to try and track down some Mo, but yeah.
Yeah, after
those
we may have a couple extra. We have prizes to give away to the live stream viewers. They're coming back to
sweet,
Minneapolis. I don't know if I'm going to have any extra. I think I am completely out, but yes. So that is they sold like before the night was out. We were sold out of them. So
did we sell out of did we have any pins left over? Did they sell out too?
Those sold out. Well, we gave them away as as prizes and things like that for for the live stream viewers that we did that. But they were a backer reward. So, and they were pretty rare items. So we've got lots. I mean, we did a post debrief meeting last night with the CTR folks and the party folks, and we've got lots of ideas for next year, because they're
sweet.
Yeah, those swords were great. People love the swords, so yeah.
Yeah, those were really cool. I was looking at. I think Carolina had one, swinging one around at one point. I was like, oh, those are cool. They were longer than I thought I would be.
If we have to order we have to order a full batch of patches in order to sell them, so we'll definitely talk about if there's interest in getting more of them, but or different designs or stuff like that. So
yeah. Well, and I need to talk to you about where to get like those CTR jerseys that Pat had. I need to talk to you about where I might be able to procure a certain variation on that.
That was pretty awesome. Those were awesome. I loved that. It was if you guys didn't see, Pat made up these personalized convert to raid esports jerseys for the team, and that was awesome. I loved wearing that thing. So because that was
it did look awesome. Like I always wanted like a Triple T bowling shirt.
Yes.
Like the bowling shirt that the devs get to wear for each expansion. but like a triple T version. But I really want that jersey looking thing. That looks well. What kind of style shirt is that?
It's an esports jersey.
Just an esports jersey. Okay.
Yeah, because it was mesh and it was super breathable, and
I need that.
When it got really hot in that room for Con Before the Storm, it was actually like comfortable-ish. I was still warm, but so it was pretty cool.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm gonna need to figure something out for those.
Sure. I'm gonna ready check the chat room because we should get going, so that my voice doesn't give out completely.
Yeah, we do have a couple hours to talk still, and yeah. And I'm trying not to let my voice go completely.
I've been resting mine quite a bit. Just trying to make sure that I had a voice to do a show tonight. And I may have something to do this weekend for a recording. Excuse me. So I'm like trying to recover. I didn't lose it completely this year. So it was about 25% after the CTR party. And if you listen to the BattleNet News episode that Pat recorded, you hear me. I'm pretty good. And then after the party, it was just shit. It was just awful.
Yeah. I was glad I was able to maintain it, but like towards the end of Disney Day, it was really kind of gravelly and raspy.
You guys, like, you tanked Disney. Like, that's for real.
That is tradition. It's tradition. Yep. Open to close.
I might be too old. I can't
we split it up pretty well. We went at a decent pace, not rushing too much, and just kind of took it our own pace and did most of the rides that I wanted to do, pretty much all of them actually. Mm-hmm. But yeah, it was nice. It just at a nice medium pace the whole day.
Awesome. All right, well, let's get into the show. We'll talk about all our BlizzCon experiences, get you guys rolling together, and we will start the show. Ready to go?
I'm ready. Are you ready?
Mark,
I'm ready.
Ready. All right, Tauren Think Tank episode 250. Holy crap, it's 250.
Jeez.
Episode 250 begins in 3, 2, 1.
You're listening to Tauren Think Tank, the podcast about the Blizzard gamer behind the keyboard.
It's episode 250 of Tauren Think Tank. Today is Thursday, November 9th of 2017. My name is Jules, and I have somewhat of a voice remaining. Look at this. We actually were able to get on a show and record an episode after BlizzCon. Holy crap. And with me, as always, he's a little hoarse, but he's got a burlock on his microphone, so he makes up for it. His name is Mark Conan.
I think my voice might not be as good as yours, Jules.
I think you're right.
Although I might be kidding.
Hey, guys.
You might have turned into a New Yorker in your travels.
I might have. It happens, I just throw my voice and it goes straight to the Eastern time zone, up to New York. That's where whenever I throw my voice, that's where it lands.
You're going to wreck your vocal cords doing that shit.
Oh, no. No, when I actually don't strain my vocal cords when I do that raspy voice. It's actually
good.
Thankfully. That's actually when I went to the Powerful Women of Warcraft voice actor panel to talk about BlizzCon a little bit, and they had name a powerful character that's a woman from Warcraft. She was there. Jaina was there. Sylvanas, Illyria was there.
Wow.
And who else did we? Oh my goodness, we had Moira Bronzebeard. She's really Scottish, so I was a pool of mush when she started to speak.
Yeah.
They also had Maiev Shadowsong there, and she has that really raspy, Illidan voice all the time. And she actually had to have surgery on her vocal cords earlier this year not just because of Maiev, but because these guys they can really trash their voice, their vocal cords sometimes.
Yeah.
It's like I've known musicians that have that have destroyed. Oh, and me, in fact, in college, I tore my upper lip twice while playing, because if you just go at it, and it's like tearing a muscle if you're trying to lift something too heavy, and it's a real concern. So, and she did the voice a couple of times, but it was one of those where you can train your voice you can figure out how to coordinate it without putting the strain in. You can get the effect without the abrasiveness in your vocal cords, and that just takes some practice. But man, those ladies knocked it out of the park. I mean, I know I'm a gnome, but I did shake Sylvanas' hand and tell her I really liked her work. So I am not so ingrained into Battle of Azeroth that I will not give props to the Banshee Queen.
Especially after that cinematic. My goodness.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my Lord. I need to watch that whole panel, so that's on my list of things to do this weekend. And so we're gonna jump right into BlizzCon, because
what else is there?
Right?
There's only BlizzCon.
Well, we also have a think tank question, and that's what we will
do.
discuss today. So our show's going to be heavy front loaded with BlizzCon stuff. We'll get into the think tank question. We don't have tell us one thing, because we know we're going to talk long about BlizzCon.
Oh yeah.
We had so much that happened in this past week. So yeah. So start it up. What was BlizzCon for you this year?
BlizzCon, I like numbers, and my favorite number is 25, because it is 5 times itself. And this is my and we've talked about that.
Yes.
And this is my 5th BlizzCon. I mean, that's the most number of fingers if you're a normal human that you have on a hand. So it's got that sense of completion for me. It's that it feels good. And I was really looking forward to and hoping that this year would have that same feel of kind of completeness for it. And I have to say, I think it was. I think it really was a fantastic experience this year. Kind of like Ian Hazzikostas said in the World of Warcraft What's Next panel. He said, all BlizzCons are great, but the ones where it's a World of Warcraft one, where we have a new expansion, those tend to be a little more special.
Yeah.
Because, we're coming home to roost. We're all come back home to the big juggernaut, and there's that feeling that you get. Like, it was kind of like watching the Legion cinematic and watching the Battle for Azeroth cinematic, and all of these things. It's like it was made for me. It was made for you. It was made for any WoW player that has bled Alliance Blue or Horde Red for near on 13 years. And it's, I saw somewhere on Twitter, somebody was complaining that BlizzCon is like, there's too much fan service. BlizzCon is fan service. It is fan service 100% from top to bottom. And it's just, it's wonderful, because it's the chance for all the people that work so hard at Blizzard to really show their stuff and show the love back to us and just create this wonderful experience. It was great. I pretty much lived in the Dark Moon Fair the first day, because we actually sat at the Hearthstone esports arena for the opening ceremony. Excuse me. Little bit of the BlizzCon voice. Hold on. Sorry, I had to clear my throat. Might be a Murloc stuck in there.
Yeah.
Or over there.
Might be.
But yeah, we sat at the Hearthstone esports area, and it was great. I loved so many things about BlizzCon. And getting the chance, to see everybody and spend so much time with my friends, because I haven't lived in the same city as my real life friends for 7 years now. Mm-hmm. And I see them from time to time, but ever since my first BlizzCon and becoming friends with people that I don't know personally in my real life before BlizzCon, like you, Even Mage, Ben and Nevermore, and John and Nika, all of my friends, that's BlizzCon for me. That's why I stayed at Disney for 15 hours on Sunday. Not
Which
because
is insane. It's insane that you did that after the full BlizzCon week.
Yeah, well, we all make choices, and we all have our priorities. And for me, I don't like Disney that much. I do like Disney, but it's getting to spend every moment that I can with the people that I care about most. And that's that's what BlizzCon is to me. And I mean, yeah, it's wonderful, all the panels and the pins, because my goodness, I lived in the pin line for hours. But it's really about getting to see everybody and spend time and eat good food. That's another thing. Holy moly. I haven't weighed myself since I came home.
Oh,
and that's
I
probably
was
a good
wondering.
thing.
I was
have
wondering
not.
if you were gonna do it.
No, I had Girl Gray on Twitter suggested that I wait at least a week to just kind of get back on track with my eating and just kind of get back into the flow. And then like, okay, now that I've recouped a little bit, let's see where I'm at, and then I'll adjust and keep going.
Well, summarize real quick for those who might not have listened to like previous episodes recently.
Sure.
You were doing the ketogenic diet, and you lost how many pounds before BlizzCon?
28.
28 pounds before BlizzCon in how many
in
weeks?
5 weeks.
5 weeks.
Yeah.
So, and then you did go off of keto while you were at BlizzCon.
My Lord, yes.
Okay.
So much.
Just so we're clear, that's why Mark Honig is avoiding the scale.
out the window. It went out the window. Did not care. I was like, I want the fried things. I want the chocolatey things. I want all the tasty things.
God, I know.
I mean,
we had a killer good Mexican dinner together. That was a lot of fun. We had a really good time with that.
It was.
Yeah.
It was fun. That was our first meal together. That was my first meal my first meal in Anaheim was with you and Panda and Ashanka.
Yeah, it was the four of us, and we went to downtown Disney and ate at the Mexican restaurant and just had a really nice time just kind of getting started with BlizzCon. That was really, really sweet.
Yeah, it's a good, and you went a few days early to just kind of like, like throw your phone away for a couple of days and just kind of enjoy vacation. So I know you.
Yeah, it was so necessary. I was feeling very like, so everybody who had seen what we did for the CTR party kind of can get a feel of why I needed to take a couple of days beforehand, because we worked really, really hard this year. And we always work hard but with this year in particular, we upped it in a couple of different ways in intensity and detail orientation. And I was dead. I was just like, I needed to take a rest. And so I got there on Sunday, and I just told people, I told all the important people in my life, including my parents, like, guys, I'm turning off my phone, or I have it on, but I have it on Do Not Disturb. And if you want to call, you have to call me because it will break through for like, important people like my parents, that kind of thing. But I am not responding to messages. I'm not responding to texts. I'm not responding to messages or emails for a couple days. I just need to take a break. And it was just glorious. It was so good. So from like Sunday until Tuesday night, when you guys started getting in, I was off the grid, and it was awesome. I went to Medieval Times on Monday, and I went there on the invitation of our dear friend from the show, Perfect Nomad, who works there, and so it was me and a dear friend, our photographer for the CTR party, Battle Panda, came all the way from Australia. And so I was like, well, I'll show you some stuff for what it's like to be an American towards Halloween. So it was like, dressing up costumes and go to Medieval Times and stuff. We didn't dress up at Medieval Times, but that's a different story. Anyway, so we had such a good time. And as it turned out, one of our listeners, who has been a longtime listener to this show, and his name is Solified, is one of the knights who works at Medieval Times. And he emailed the show a couple of weeks before I was about to come, and he asked me if he could be our knight. And I was like, of course you can. Like, that would be amazing. So Anthony, Perfect Nomad, met us there, took us through, they gave us a huge tour of everything, got us in our seats. And then so as soon as we're told that our knight is the Red Knight, and he's coming out, he looks like right where we're sitting and just grins this huge grin, and he shows us his bracers, which has a huge Horde logo on them.
Oh,
and it was
so awesome.
The best. I was just like, that was so cool. So wonderful, wonderful people. And we had such a good time. I will definitely go back to medieval times again. We're actually talking about maybe some ideas for 2018 relating to medieval times. So,
yeah, I'd love to go. I haven't been in like 15 years.
So much fun.
So
went to Disney on Tuesday for Halloween just to kind of see what it was like. And just a word of advice, don't try to go to Disney. Like, we went to downtown Disney. We actually didn't go to the parks. Nobody seems to care during the day. Like, nobody was there. It was like, it's Halloween. Nobody's there. It was like really disappointing. But then in the evening, there were all these people dressed up because that's when we met Marcona and Ashanka and we went to dinner. So, let's talk a bit about the CTR party. Holy moly.
Party.
Poor Mark Honan got the surprise of his life.
Yeah, I did.
And I've had to keep that a secret for about 4 months.
Really? That long?
Yeah.
That long?
Yeah. So if you haven't seen the video or the pictures, one of the things that we did for the Kickstarter this year is, we had it last year too, but this year it was different. We actually had tiers of rewards here where people could pledge to be the king of the CTR party. And we had 4 of them. It was a top level tier. And so for $1,000 to donate to the party, we made you king of the party. And it came with a whole bunch of stuff, and including a crowning ceremony as part of that. And so we had all 4 of those tiers that were bought from the CTR Party Kickstarter, which was amazing and so appreciated. And 2 of our kings who had chosen the tiers actually said to me privately, they said, I don't really want to claim that. I don't want to be crowned. I'll take the prizes. That's great. I just don't want to be crowned. And so I want you to give that to someone else. And so one of the kings selected Captain Codfish from the guild, from the Cod Squad, and we crowned him. And the other selected Mark Honan. So we designed a cape with his name on it and a crown. And then there's a photo frame that has it engraved on with his name on it. It says King of the CTR Party 2017. So he did not know what was happening. And so here's the thing. You don't even know at this point. So we're running around. The internet has gone out on us. The live stream is dead. And Sal and I had just started coordinating the process to try to get this crowning going on, because you guys were in the room. All of you were in the room. And yes, and Jim Beverly, I'll get to Jim in a minute, but he was the other king. So like 3 of you were in the room, and so it was like, we got to do this now before somebody wanders off or goes home or whatever.
Yeah.
The internet goes down. We want it to be live streamed, so we're just trying to frantically, like, making sure that I'm telling key people, do not let them leave. Do not let them leave.
Yeah, well, I can't forgot who came up and asked me that Jules was looking for me. I was like, well, I'll be right over here. And I was just hanging out, talking to people. I was like, I'm not going anywhere.
I was trying to say, just make sure, tell me that Mark Honan is here and he's staying in one spot. That was basically, because you are known to sometimes just like wander. And so I was just like, we're trying to do this. Okay, occasionally. And internet comes back up. I tell Cuddles to put the stream live immediately. And we grab the microphones and we go. And so we jump up on stage and we start the ceremony, and we crown Jim Beverly, who is one of our kings, which, by the way, this was Jim's first BlizzCon ever. And it was the first time that I had ever met him in person. And I was a little emotional. It was a little emotional to finally see him in person and to see BlizzCon through his eyes.
Yeah. It's been a long time coming to meet him.
It has been a long, long time coming. And so then we get to the kings that don't know they're being crowned. And so I start the whole introduction about how, some of our kings decided that they did not want to be crowned and they wanted to give that reward to someone else. And I said, hey, Mark Honan. And he had his back to the stage and he whipped around and looked at me.
She said it on the mic too, the whole room.
Yeah.
And I feel all these eyes.
So Marcona just whips around and looks at me on the stage. And I said, can you come up here, please? And he's looking at me like with these death daggers. Like, what are you doing, girl?
Why?
He comes like trudging up on the stage. What is this? So I explain what happened. And he goes, oh, are you kidding me? And I said, no, you're getting crowned. So we put the cape on him. We put the crown on him. We snapped the picture with him. And he's just like, who did this? So I say in the microphone, I'll tell you later. And so we get through the rest of them, and I go down. I tell Marconin who was the one that did it. They didn't want themselves known, but I figured I could tell him. It was so funny. And
then that person was like, "Hey, nice outfit." When I walked by them, and I was like, "Uh-huh, thanks."
He was so
Thanks.
mean.
I mean, I in that moment, I just felt. I mean, yeah, I kind of felt embarrassed because I was like up there for no. I didn't do anything. Like I didn't do anything like to deserve that. So I just kind of felt like it was undeserved. I didn't deserve it, but I appreciate them for thinking of me in that way.
Yeah, they wanted you to be the king, one of the kings of the party, and so you got the commemorative pieces to go with it. Excuse me.
Yeah. We three kings of CTR. Crowned in red, we traveled so far. Yay!
Yay! We have to figure out a parody song.
Yeah, I know. Well, I texted you that one idea.
Yeah, we'll have to.
Maybe that'll work.
Too. So yeah, that was pretty darn hilarious, and the first time that I've gotten to tell that story on in public. So except for people who saw it, of course.
Yeah.
And but the party itself was insane.
It was.
Insane. We started at 8:00 officially, and I took a picture at 8:30 from the back of the room, and we were pretty much almost full by then, and it never stopped. It was just, we predicted that we had approximately 3,000 people that came through the doors this year, which is double what we've had in the past.
Yeah.
And you could tell, like, it was just like a constant stream of people. And we had only a couple issues. The internet was a problem. We had some tech issues, but the party itself ran like a machine, and we were able to get that flowing like crazy. I was so proud of it. I was very emotional. Like, I was super emotional a lot of times because we threw everything we had into this year, like everything. And I'm so happy that so many people came to us and said, this was the best year ever, best party to date. Like, I was so proud of that. So happy to hear that.
And we get a bit of a unique perspective because both of us have been to all five. And a lot of people were at all five.
Right.
And to be able to see it evolve from that small room with not enough air conditioning and a lot of sweaty nerds, but a lot of fun, to evolve into this, it's been a wonderful journey, and you have really taken the reins and taken us places that I didn't think the party would go. So, I mean, I know you're the tip of the spear. There's a lot of people working behind you and working with you, but you're the bleeding edge of the CTR party and all of us. So, everyone, big round of applause for Jules for all this awesome planning.
Thank you. It was
Murloc will clap.
Thanks, Murloc. I'm super proud of what we accomplished this year, and we have some pretty amazing ideas for 2018 already. So it has just taken off, and I'm super proud of that. So getting back to home again, I've just been exhausted, and I'm always tired.
I had to.
Yeah, I'm always tired. But I really feel like this year too, I'm just like, you left it all on the dance floor, kid. Like, that's how it feels. I left it all on the dance floor, and it just needs, now I've been sleeping a ton and just trying to like recover and tomorrow I go and Pat and I are going to brainstorm a bunch of stuff because we have tons of ideas right now that are just flying around, but we've been so tired that it's like you get like this little idea generation and then it's like you just like,
Yeah.
it's nap o'clock. Okay.
Man, I did take off Tuesday from work and I slept about 9 hours, but then the rest of the day I just played video games because I hadn't played video games for a week.
Yeah.
But my mind was racing with ideas and things. And then ever since then, I haven't had any time because it's crunch time at work. And so it's just nonstop. But I do get a lot of time to think about things and try and, maybe have some ideas of my own. So we'll figure something out.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's never too soon to start thinking about next year.
Yeah. It's never. And we've already begun that. We sat down with the team last night to talk about all their thoughts, their ideas, the things that worked, the things that didn't work, just because it's fresh right now. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I mean, it was a really awesome BlizzCon. There were a lot of people who were new to BlizzCon this year that we saw, and met. And I met some amazing people this year.
Absolutely, yeah.
I do have to give apologies to anybody who tried to talk to me during the CTR party during like the first couple of hours because I was running like a crazy person and I had a whole bunch of people who came up to me trying to talk to me and I just felt so bad because our internet was unstable for about an hour. That's when everybody tried to come talk to me.
Yeah.
I felt so bad. And so if I had to blow you off because I had to go run to try to take care of something, please know it's not intentional. It was just, that's my job and I got to do it. So,
yep.
It was awesome. I had so much fun after everything was done and then, just coming back down from the high and, I got pictures with some of the people that I admire and enjoy from HGC, and I met some people that I hadn't gotten to meet before, and it's just fun. I got to geek out with one of the heroes' character designers that I didn't even know I was talking to for a minute, and then when they told me who he was, I was like, "Oh my god, I love your game so much! I'm just like a really big fan of Stukov." Such a nerd. So funny. I have so many, like, it's already 8:45 and we've been talking about BlizzCon for 45 minutes, but
oh my goodness. Well, it's the thing that we have been looking forward to all year. Every right. The other 51 weekends of the year I'm thinking about BlizzCon. So it's I'm sorry folks, we are BlizzCon think tank for the moment, but You should expect this by now.
You should expect this, and we're actually really happy that we can give you a show right after BlizzCon, because we're both within fighting shape to do so. Nobody's sick.
Yes.
The voices are
Thank
hoarse
goodness.
but not gone. So yay! So let's jump into. I think we'll probably wind up bringing some BlizzCon back into this discussion, but let's jump into the think tank question. Sounds good?
Let's do it.
All right, let's do it.
Tauren between options? Let Triple T help you sort it out.
It's Tink Tank time. It is, and we have a letter from one of our podcaster brethren. This is going to be a good one. It says, "Hello, Tink Tank crew." True listener of the show. This is Raven from Girls Gone WoW. I thought about sending this all Katie Derry, i.e. anonymously, but on reflection, I think my co-host and I have been pretty open about our mental health struggles. And as I think our listeners have a lot of crossovers with yours, people might appreciate feeling like they are not alone with these things. I agree, Raven. I have been struggling a lot recently with my self-confidence. I'm getting towards 40. Wait, what? That feels weird. I am a deputy CEO for a small charity in the UK. I have a degree in an MBA, a reasonably successful WoW podcast with episode 300 coming up soon. Woo. And I've been in a stable poly relationship with my boyfriend for over 7 years. I also have a pony and a cat kicking about the place too. Okay, so the pony lives in the stable, not at my house, but you get the picture. That's pretty accomplished adulting going on right there, right? But I really struggle to keep things together. My job is super stressful. Now is not a good time to be in the charitable sector, and we've just have little money. Looking after the pony takes a lot of time and energy, although, of course, I love him very much. I'm easily convinced problems or issues that happen are all my fault. My therapist, all the best people have one, of course, tells me that one current theory in psychology is that children usually build up a sort of bank of positive feelings about themselves from praise or support they have and carry it with them into adulthood. Let's just say I didn't have that sort of childhood. So I'd love to hear your thoughts on how one might go about building up a bank of positive things about oneself as an adult. Any general suggestions for improving self-confidence? I'm sure your listeners have similar issues. With love from Raven.
Not just listeners, but also hosts of the show.
Yeah. Yeah. Self-confidence and positive thinking. So, okay, I want to actually start someplace maybe a little unorthodox here.
Okay.
Marconin and I come from slightly different generations, but we've got a lot of crossover. I'm Generation X. I think you're considered Generation Y in yours.
I don't know.
You're not a millennial, but you were.
Well, in some things, I thought I was like right on the edge of millennial / Gen X or whatever, or maybe Gen Y. I don't know.
I think you're
maybe Gen Y.
Well, you might be on the edge of Gen Y and millennial. It's like kind of in that range there. In essence, Marconin and I are 10 years roughly apart. So, I was born in 1974. You were born in 19.
Millennials are Generation Y. I am a millennial technically.
Okay. So
technically.
what was your birth year?
83.
83. Okay, and I'm 74. So, So in any case, I think that in current society, like if you're millennial-ish past where Marconin was probably born, was when the whole time frame of like everything, building up everybody's positive, like everybody's a winner. There's no losers. There's no participation trophies, all that kind of stuff. That didn't exist when we were younger.
It did for me.
It did for you. Okay. It did not for me. So let's talk about that for a second. Because like for me, it was about competition. It was about making sure that you were the best. And if you weren't the best, you better try to fight to be the best. And not everybody got a trophy for doing something. Do you think, is that your pupper?
Somebody brought my dog in here.
Oh, okay. Hi, Axel. So maybe I should reroute this a little bit. But my thought was, do you feel like all you received was this, like, oh, it's okay, you're fine, even if you didn't win, you're still a winner?
Well, yeah, I can point to one specific instance. I used to bowl a lot, and we would do a bowling league in like junior high, and I wasn't that good. I enjoyed it, but I'm not that good, and so I didn't get a trophy. I did get a trophy. I did get a participation trophy, and I was mad because everyone got one.
Right.
Like I felt worse for getting a trophy because it's like, yeah, you're a loser. You get the loser trophy. Not just you didn't
saw
get
it from
anything.
A different perspective.
I did. I mean, and I felt that way too. I was like, they were like, "Well, but you got a trophy." I said, "Yeah, but it's a crap trophy." I mean, it's like, yeah, you're breathing. Congratulations. Like, thank you for having a pulse. Like, there was no accomplishment. There was no I didn't earn anything, and I felt that I felt it as almost an insult.
Okay.
To say, oh yeah, good job, kid. You showed up. Congrats for living. Trophy.
So let's say that same experience happened for you being in bowling and you weren't that good, but you didn't get a trophy. How would you feel? How do you think you would feel about yourself then?
I think and I've had these happen in competitions in band. in before, because we would do these, they're called solo and ensemble competitions, and you would play for it like the local music teacher, behind a curtain and everything. You'd play and you'd get scored 1 through 5. 1 and 2 gave you a medal. 3, 4, and 5 gave you nothing.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted a 1 or a 2, so I worked hard to get 1s and 2s. First couple of years, I didn't get anything.
Mm-hmm.
I got the number, and they said, and that gave me drive. That gave me a reason to get better.
Mm-hmm.
That gave me something to shoot for. And so that's, and I improved. I wanted to work hard because I wanted to earn the reward, because it wasn't given out to anybody else.
So, I mean, the reason that I'm kind of going down this path here is because I think that when you think about a bank of positive feelings, as Raven is asking, I think we go back to what we feel we are valued for, or good at, or appreciated for, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
And so but at the same time, we probably all have experienced this, that we have this demon brain that tells you that everything that you think is good about yourself is actually really crappy. That you're a selfish jerk for thinking that you're capable or smart or in that kind of thing.
It's a constant monkey on my back.
Right.
Yeah.
And so, and then now you'll hear all of these complaints about the generation that's coming up right now, where they are expecting that people will tell them that, because that's how their brain works. They don't have that monkey that's telling them they're not good enough. They're not capable enough. It's like, no, I'm totally capable, but maybe they haven't earned that part of it. It's just the expectation has been set there. So
yeah.
So when you think about it from a full-on perspective, let's take it from a full-on perspective and say, we had to maybe work for those accolades, and we had a deficit of them in the generation. If Raven is saying she's approaching 40, there might be a deficit of the positive, you're smart, you're capable, you're organized, you're talented, all of these things. Mm-hmm. And I've gotten to the point even now where I've had to build that up for myself, because it's necessary for me to survive,
Mm-hmm.
So people will tell me, you're so smart, you're so this, and then I go, but
yeah.
But I've heard people say, you know exactly what that is,
yeah,
because you're just crapping me, whatever.
Yeah.
You're blowing smoke up my butt, whatever. Or you want something from me, or you're just, pretending to be kind to me because you couldn't possibly think these things about me, the demon brain thing.
Yeah.
But I don't the only thing that keeps me going every day is to do it better, to keep doing that and do it better. Right.
Hmm. Yeah.
So when we do this show, we log off at the end of the show, and both of us are just like, oh, because we leave everything on the table. We leave it out there. It's real. It's us. It's just who we are times 10.
Yeah.
And then we leave it and we go, and we're just tired, and we're just spent. And then we come back and we do it again, because we want to keep doing it at that level. It's important to us to be at that level, to motivate people and to make them feel good about themselves. And we do it every week because we want to, we love it, but it pushes us every single time. How can we do it better? Was it okay? Did I say something stupid that I really wish I hadn't said? And am I going to avoid that for the next time?
That sounds like me.
And so chat room's talking a little bit about imposter syndrome. And I think there's definitely a correlation there. I've been talking a lot about this. So you've been nodding a lot. You're feeling this, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Cause I've especially for getting these positive feelings about yourself, it's a constant battle inside me, because I I'm not immune from depression. I mean, it's rough. There's times when things get really, really dark and really awful, and it's all in my own brain because I can't see past, I can't see through it. And I feel, and I get these things like, I am X age. Why am I not doing this yet? Have I missed the boat on important life decisions? What is my life going to be? Because like every day I get the idea of like, maybe I should change the direction of my life, or am I doing this right? I don't know if all these things, and it's a constant struggle to try and kind of stay above the water sometimes. And having positive feelings and having self-confidence is a lot of work. At least for me, I know it is, and for a lot of us, it is. I know you're talking about some of the earlier some of the, I guess, later generations, the younger people. They have this, and that the buzzword entitlement. They have this entitlement of, I am awesome. Have you not seen my Instagram followers? Have you not seen how many retweets I got on my selfie this week? I am somebody. I do this. Bow before me. All this stuff, and I just don't feel that. Like I don't feel that whatsoever. Like even when I do get praise from people, I don't see it sometimes. A lot of times I don't see it. But every once in a while I do, I do take a moment to say, well, no, I am proud of some of these things. I'm proud of some of the things that I've done because I've worked hard at it. I've earned these things. I'm proud of every Thursday that we get to do the show because it's something that I feel that I've earned, even though it was offered. But all of my hard work with the audio stuff led up to this. It was all these little pieces things that I have worked hard for are building on other things. And I know life is not a destination. It's a journey. It's about building onto your past experiences, learning new things, changing who you are sometimes, and just changing with your experiences and keeping and progressing forward and getting better at everything that you're doing. So I think of that sometimes when I'm wondering if I'm doing okay in life. If I have, there's some, like, the past couple days have sucked because I get, it's bad enough that I have the post BlizzCon blues, but then to have the time change on top of it, to when I go to work, it's dark. When I get off work, it's dark. And granted, I'm outside a lot, but still, just that seasonal affected disorder is already kicking into gear. And it was a absolute freaking nightmare last year. It was awful last year, and I do not want it to happen again this year. So I'm already nervous about feeling awful during the holidays, which had never happened before. So I'm hoping this year is better. I'm going to try and work hard for it's not, but it's having this confidence in myself that I will not let it get that bad, that I will keep focusing on the positive things in my life to really reinforce that. So I think it's just, you have to kind of pick your battles. You have to kind of pick what you need to focus on. We all stumble in some areas, but there's a lot of things in your life you can be confident and have this self-worth over. I mean, it's November. It's the month for giving thanks. So I see a lot of people on Facebook and Twitter that every day they say something they're thankful for. Yeah. Well, you could do that. But you can also find something that you are proud of about yourself. Not just thankful that you've got these things, but something that you have worked hard for, that you have earned, something that you have accomplished in your life that's positive, that is part of who you are or what you've done. And I think that can maybe go a little bit to help, especially, I know it's helped me sometimes because I'll just, I have to kind of focus on the good to ignore the bad. Yeah. And doesn't always work, but sometimes it does. I don't know if I'm really, I know I'm bouncing all over the place.
It's okay. I think
that's how the brain works.
It's what I wanted to kind of zero in on, which I think is the point of all of this, is to talk about the fact that you focus in on the things that are important to you and the things that you feel that you've accomplished in your life. And sometimes, guys, that is just getting out of bed in the morning. It literally is just that. It can be down to that very minimal thing to say, I got out of bed this morning and I'm still here. And, and depression is horrible, and depression does bring you down to almost nothing, and sometimes to nothing to that decision point. And so, yeah, if that's where you are, saying and being proud of the fact that you got out of bed, even though you say, it's a bunch of BS that I'm even congratulating myself on that. You know, that you have to go down to that basic level, right? And just say, I am still here and I'm still fighting. And one of the things that I'm a stickler for this. And even though I'm not the best at it, I'm a stickler for it, especially with Pat Crane. I do this to him all the time and he hates it, but I do it to him anyway. Is that when you are in the process of the journey and working towards things or working towards certain things, you need to stop and look back at what you accomplished and look back to where you've come from. And I am notoriously bad at this. You know, I had to do this when I was really having a tough time with beating myself up over stuff that was like out of my control. I had to look backwards. I'm getting emotional about this, but this is okay.
It's what we're about.
Yeah. I had to look backwards at where I came from 2 years ago and what I've accomplished in 2 years and where I started, where my life fell apart, and how I recovered from that, and how I came back from it, and how I continue to fight through it and continue to push for it. Because it's really easy to say it's not happening fast enough, or I'm not changing quick enough, or I'm not the person that I should be. And when you take a moment and you look back at what you've done and what you've been through and what you've weathered and what you've survived, it can blow your mind. And once I did that, once I've stopped and said, you know, and everything, like, you know, the CTR Party too, you know, it's like, hey, look at what we started out doing 7 months ago, and look at where we are now, and the incredible amount of stuff that we've accomplished. And, you know, and this is where I say Pat hates me, because I do this and he goes, yeah, that's fine. What are we going to do better? Like, what are we going to do next? You know, it's like, stop looking at the backwards and look ahead. But I find that there's so much power in looking at what you've accomplished. If you go back a year, if you go back 2 years, you go back 5 years to where we started from with that project and where it is now. And, you know, so for Raven, when you look back at what you have in your life and how you've gotten to that point and who you have brought with you along the way, who has been with you, and what you have learned, I can bet you could find at least a dozen things about yourself that you could say positive.
Oh yeah, I mean, and I know you're accomplished. You've got, I mean, you listed them off.
Right.
I mean, you've got almost 300 episodes. You're a deputy CEO for a charity. You know, and you've got a degree. You've accomplished so much in your life. Don't discount any of that. You know, and I mean, it's not all about just checking things off about where you are in your life. It's, you know, there are so many good things to be proud of and to think positively about yourself.
Right.
You know, and I know I am the worst about taking my own advice so much. But sometimes I will stop and I will think about it, and I will sit down, and like Jules says, you look back at where you used to be and where you are now and how you got there and what things you did along the way to help yourself, help others, what, you know, things you've accomplished. You know, like she said, sometimes it's just getting out of bed is an accomplishment, but you know, there's so many things for you to be proud of. I mean, and I mean, ask your boyfriend. He may have a couple of ideas of things that he's proud of about you as well.
Yeah.
I mean,
people that you love. And I will tell you this for certain. I would not get through some of the stuff that I have been through without people who love me and take the time to tell me things that I may forget about myself, you know? And so I can guarantee you, if you have a boyfriend, he's most likely someone who loves you, and he can tell you what he admires about you, about the things that, you know, who you are. And I mean, that is something that a true friend, family, someone who really cares about you will do for you. And sometimes you really need it.
Mm-hmm.
And when they tell you that, you're going to go, you know, it's like, you got to say, yeah, blah, blah, blah. You're saying all this stuff about me and it's a bunch of BS. But they really do mean it. And it's true what they say. You may not see it in yourself, but they see you better than you see yourself a lot of times.
Yeah. And sometimes it's okay to not be humble. Sometimes you don't need to be humble. And when it comes to your own personal health, your own outlook on your life, sometimes you can brag about yourself to yourself.
Yeah.
And I have to battle with that, because I'm the hardest person on myself ever. But sometimes I just have to sit there and stand and say, you know what? Screw you. I've done some cool things. I've got some things to be proud of that I've worked really hard for.
Yeah.
And to try to build yourself up, you know, not just having all, you know, in addition to having other people kind of bragging on you about what you've done, you can brag on yourself. You've earned it. I mean, you know, there, like I said, there's a time to not be humble, you know?
Yeah. I stood in front of the party as it was happening, and I said to myself, you know what? You did a damn good job, you know? And I said that to other people. I said, I am really proud of what we've done here. I am super proud of this. And that is not being, you know, conceited. It's
stating a fact.
It's being that I feel proud of what, and it's me saying it out loud. I am proud of how hard I worked and how hard we all worked to make this happen. And you stand in front of the things that, you know, hey, I'm proud of the fact that I can, you know, for Raven, I'm proud of the fact that I can keep a pony and keep him healthy and keep him safe. Mm-hmm. I'm proud of the fact for Jules, I have 2 awesome cats who are healthy and happy and they love me. I'm proud of that. I'm proud that I have my own house, that I was able to fight for that and get it, and that I can pay for it with my own money. I'm proud of that. I'm proud of the fact that when we have the Convert to Raid community at BlizzCon, and I see these people who embody the message that we have as a community, to embrace people who are brand new, introduce themselves to each other, and say, I'm part of the CTR. It's nice to meet you. Let me introduce you to other people in the CTR. And I stand there and I go, I am so proud of you guys. I'm so proud of that, because I did that. I built that. I helped make that. And so you stand there and you tell yourself, I am proud of what I have done and what I do, because that is not arrogance. That is not being conceited. That is giving yourself positive reinforcement. You worked hard. You can claim that.
Yeah. It's kind of like the line you were saying is like kind of like how parents being proud of their kids, you know, being proud of, you know, like, I made that and it's doing something awesome. You know, yeah, you've got some skin in the game there. You're proud of that.
Yeah. Like, you make a project, like I make a chainmail project and it's done. And I'm like, I'm proud of this. I made this. Mark Conan made me this beautiful gift. He made one of the Funko DIYs, and he molded the clothing, and he made it with my glasses and my hair and a shirt that's my shirt. He made my shirt that says strong female character on it. He made that. And he gave it to me, and I hope to hell that you said, I'm proud of that.
I am proud of that. I kept it secret from you for a few months. It was sitting right here on my craft table, just off camera for months. I worked on it. It was something that I had never done before. That was the thing I was, trying to be crafty about, listeners. Yes. Yeah, that's my art project. I hadn't painted in years. I'd never printed my own custom decals because I even got her tattoo on her arm.
He did.
And to glue that on there, I mean, it's tiny. You've seen Funko Pop figures; they're not big. To have her thing, that was getting that tattoo on her arm was the hardest part of that project, and it took me like 5 attempts, but I finally got it. So it was I was very happy and very proud of that, and that's why I couldn't wait to give it to you at Christmas. I had to give it to you there when I saw you.
It was awesome because then you got to see my face when I got it. So
yeah,
you know what? And so when listeners, everybody listening to the show, you have things that you have the right to be proud of in your life, the things that you've accomplished. And it is not arrogance, nor is it being conceited to show pride in the things that you work hard to accomplish.
Mm-hmm.
You went after that brand new job and you got it. You fought 4 years of university to get a degree and you got it. You saved up money to go on that huge vacation that you've always dreamed of. Be proud. Tell yourself you're awesome. And bank that. You just bank that.
Mm-hmm.
I am capable of doing this. I am capable of accomplishing this. And when you sit there and say, I don't know if I can, I don't think I've got it in me. I don't know if I'm good enough. Well, maybe you're not, but you don't know until you try.
Mm-hmm.
You have no idea. And you might be surprised in what you accomplish.
Yeah.
So you gotta, and you gotta go after the reasons that you want to do it in the first place. Like you gotta zero in on that and say, hey, I want to start doing a podcast, or I want to start streaming, or I want to start writing. Like it's National Novel Writing Month.
Yeah.
I want to do this. Okay. Why do you want to do this? Ask yourself that part. Okay. Well, there's your answer there. Okay, well, what will that bring me after I've done that? What do I think will it bring me? And you answer that question. And what does that mean to you? Answer that question. You're breaking it down further and further. It's the 5 whys. Get down 5 levels. And so get in there. Dig in there. And as 20 just said, she beat me to it. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
Mm-hmm.
I'm taking a breath. Sorry.
Yeah, I had that in my pocket. I was ready to throw it out there, and then and then 20 beat me to it in the chat.
Sorry, I was on a roll.
Oh yeah, I didn't want to stop you.
Yeah, no, it's just I think both of us most definitely can say we struggle with self-confidence all the time.
Yeah, all the time.
All the time. One of the things that I absolutely hate is getting up on stage in front of a bunch of people and getting on a microphone talking. I hate it because it freaks me out. I can sit in my bedroom with a microphone and a webcam and I'm perfectly comfortable. Perfectly fine. Put me in front of a bunch of eyes that see me right there and I am freaked the F out. So, but I did it. I do it. I've done it for 5 years. I've done it at panels. I do it anyway because it's just, I just do it.
If I had a script, I'd be okay. Or if I knew what I was doing. You pull me on stage like that, I don't know, like you did this weekend. I don't know what I'm doing. Then I get all weirded out. But if I know what I'm doing,
you didn't have to say anything. At least you just had to be our like puppet.
Just stand there. Yeah, just look embarrassed. Go. Oh, you're doing a great job of being embarrassed. Oh, look, he's blushing. Oh, he's slinking away, embarrassed.
Just so you know, I told the person who made you king, I said, he's going to hate that. And he said, I know, I want to do it anyway. And it was royal privilege. And I said, okay.
Yeah. They have more than earned the right.
Yes. But I called it. And I remember saying that. Are you sure? Because he's not going to like it. Honestly, I think we had discussed it back in like Nerdtacular days, like before that.
Oh, okay.
So I've known for that long.
Jeez.
Nerdtacular was like in July. Holy crap.
Yeah, that was like 6 months ago.
Yeah. So anyway, it just But I know that it's hard when you don't have a lot of the build up, and maybe I'll be really interested to see what the research is going down the road for this generation that kind of has the expectation of this is how it is, and I'm good enough, I'm smart enough. Do they deal with this as much?
Yeah. I'm interested in as well, and how the thought process goes when they don't find it, because at some point parts of the quote unquote real world will kick in, and what happens at that point? Does the coddling upbringing, how does that affect them? It's some really interesting stuff. Like, how does it, when you get the rug pulled out from under you, how do you deal with that? How do you cope? Like you said, really interesting stuff. So we'll see how the research goes, but
I have my theories. I have my theories,
Yeah,
and I really feel like it, the lumps that I took as a kid and the failures that I experienced as a young person helped shape me to who I am today. Like, because no matter how much coddling or padding you put around a person, once they get out on their own and they're making their own decisions, they're going to fall on their face. It happens to every person. They're going to make a major mistake. They're going to fall. They're going to falter. They're going to trip. And it's the skills that you learn of how to pick yourself back up again is crucial. So
yeah, because you don't make a samurai sword by hugging a piece of iron. You have to fold it. You have to break it. You have to put it in the fire and twist it. Yeah. You have to forge it. And that's what makes strong people is adversity. It's not you get everything you want. So you have to temper yourself in the flames of life before you'll make it very well. So that's a
nice metaphor. I like it.
Well, thank you. I love that metaphor. I love it. Tempered in the fires of life.
Tempered in flame. I love it.
Yes.
I think that we have done this question justice. As always, we welcome the community to send in their thoughts and feedback as well to our show, questions@taurenThinkTank.com. If you have points that we maybe didn't hit on for this discussion, but if you're a listener to Girls Gone WoW, this would be an excellent time to write into their show and tell them how awesome you find them.
Yes, absolutely. Please tell those ladies how great they are.
And because, and I'll say this from our own perspective as podcasters, BlizzCon is so amazing for us because we get to see our fans face to face and hear and see the impact that the show has. But that is a rare occurrence. And, because we're busy people, you're busy people, and you don't always have the time or the inclination to just take a moment and send a podcast or a message to say, I listen to you every day or every week, and you've impacted my life in these ways because we're busy,
Yeah.
But it makes a podcaster's whole day, week, month, year to hear that and to know that they have done something to impact you in a positive way. And so if you are a GGW listener, Girls Gone WoW, let them know how much you appreciate their work and the fact that they've almost gotten to 300 episodes, which is incredible.
Yeah, that's an amazing accomplishment, and I'm very happy for them. And it's go give those ladies some love because they have earned it. They definitely earned it. They are worthy of it.
Absolutely. And so let's do a jump into the appreciation factor for our listeners to their own, which is the way of the /moo. Where's the sounder? I forget where I put it. Here you go. Start us off, sir.
From Crushinator. /moo to the button mashers for continuing to be an outstanding, positive group of people in the Heroes of the Storm community.
Yes, the button mashers are Trixler's community, and I actually got to meet Trixler this year.
Sweet.
He's very fun. I got to sit next to him at the HGC finals, so very cool.
Ooh.
Draven Dresden says /moo to recovering vocal cords. I agree.
Yes, I agree. From Navox, /moo to the CTR Party planning team for a great virtual BlizzCon experience.
Mwah. Thank you.
Love you, Nabox.
We'll make that better next year, I promise.
Yeah. If we have to wring their necks at the Hilton.
Stone
Fix
says,
the internet.
Fix our damn internet. Stone says, /moo to everyone who supported me and believed in me this weekend, even though I didn't believe in myself. Your support really got me through new experiences, like being on a podcast panel. Also, /moo to my wife. Without her support, there is zero chance of me being at BlizzCon. She is my shining star. /end of Sappy Stone.
That was another cool thing, is doing that Warcraft podcast panel. I was sandwiched in between Stone on my left and the #1 cosplayer at BlizzCon, Kaz, on my right, and it was fantastic. I got to hold Hogger's head in my hand.
Oh!
I got a picture. I'm holding it because she brought it on that panel. That was a fantastic experience too. Sorry for the diversion. I just had to think about that.
Yes.
From Namiria941, /moo to my fiance for helping me get motivated to keep looking for auditions, and to my friends for being encouraging.
Yay,
yes,
friends.
Encouragement.
Yay. From Laylee Blogs 1031, enormous /moo to all of my new friends I made at BlizzCon 2017, and to all of my BlizzCon nerd family, including the entire Triple T community. You guys make my life so much better.
I got to hang out and talk with her a whole lot during the weekend. It was awesome. It was awesome getting to do a little pin trading, to do a little talking, and like she said, she was talking to me when I got called on stage, so she got to see the shock face firsthand. From Lita, a huge /moo to Stone for all his Lita Koala adventures and just making me feel a part of BlizzCon, though I am far away.
Lita Koala made it through a lot of people.
Yeah, she did. Oh, she was all over the place.
She really did. She got to sit with Michelle Morrow. It was like, that was pretty awesome. From Zandara, /moo to Tyler, aka Ty Lyons, who wore a chicken suit to the CTR party to represent the Rubber Chicken Coalition. I love all my rating family, but that definitely deserves a /moo, since you gotta have the swag to pull that off, and he did.
Nice. From our good buddy Perfect Nomad, a huge /moo. Thank you, and forever grateful to Kalani and Evilani for selling me BlizzCon tickets for myself and my girlfriend. First timers.
It was so fun to see BlizzCon through their eyes.
Oh yeah.
They're so awesome.
Oh yeah. I sat down for the Women of Warcraft thing, and I said where I was, and all of a sudden he tweeted at me. He's like, "Look to your right." I looked over in the next section over. He was like, "Hi." It was his girlfriend over there, and I was like, "I'll see you afterwards." So we got to chat afterwards. It's so great to see him again.
So cool. And from Corpse Run Radio, /moo to Blizzard for hosting BlizzCon, and another /moo to the community at BlizzCon for being awesome. And I look forward to meeting more friends and making new ones at BlizzCon 2018.
It's never too early to start thinking about next BlizzCon.
Of course not. We are already thinking about it. I think we saw a couple come through the chat room. Hang on.
Yeah, we did. We've got from 2020 site /moo to Blizzard. BlizzCon was amazing.
And from Jim Beverly to Canuck, /moo to the CTR crew that saw Thor on Sunday. It was fun to get to do something non-Blizzard and just enjoy being nerds with WoW friends.
Indeed.
This was an amazing BlizzCon and one for the record books, and
it absolutely was.
Cannot wait for the next one to come. It's just going to be incredible. So I'm really, really glad that we were able to do a show right after BlizzCon too. We made it through.
Me too.
We made it through.
Yeah, because I mean, it's weird to think that I saw you just 5 days ago.
I know.
That was the last time I saw you. I mean, it's at this point, we've known each other for 5 BlizzCons. 4 years we've known each other like in person.
Yeah.
And it's almost like it's so great to see you and to see all my friends, but it's almost routine at this point.
Yeah.
But it's a wonderful routine that I don't get enough of, and just to, just run up, see everybody, just like no time has passed. It's like all 5 of my BlizzCons have happened one right after the other because it seems like the rest of the year just kind of fades into the background. And I just saw you yesterday. No, that was a year ago. Wow. This is kind of how my brain thinks about it. It's so good to see everybody every year.
It was amazing, and I cannot wait for next year's BlizzCon. We've got 350 some odd days, so time for more sleep, but
man,
and a whole lot more party planning in my books. So
yeah. Well, let me know if I can help.
Oh,
that
yes,
would help.
We will definitely utilize your help for sure. All right. So anything that you wish to oh wait, I should say this. That's a show.
It is. Oh, look at there.
We did a show, and we are anything that's coming up for you in the next 7 days?
Oh goodness. Let me look at my calendar. Let's see. Not really. Just still in recovery mode. Still just getting myself back on my feet, prepping for the long haul of holidays in retail, even though mine's more of a service part of it. Just getting ready. We've got a schedule of extended hours working, so it's just just work till my legs fall off. But but yeah, just doing some gaming. I may stream. I don't know. My streaming is very intermittent, just because of work. So I don't know. I may do some this weekend though, so maybe stay tuned for that.
Okay.
Because I need to do a few mount runs. So
awesome.
We'll see. What about you?
Well, I have something that I might be doing this weekend. If I do it, I will be tweeting out about it because it's a pretty cool opportunity if I get it. So I'm kind of teasing it now, and hopefully it comes to fruition. There's also, Pat and I are going to sit down this week, actually tomorrow, and talk about a whole bunch of stuff for 2018. So there may be more streaming in my future related to convert to raid is some of the things we're talking about. So yeah, we've got some ideas that we're kicking around. There's some really cool opportunities that might be coming up on the horizon right now that I'm kind of like, I can't say anything about them yet, but I'm really excited if they come. So, yeah. So other than that, I'm going to rest my voice and relax this weekend. I've got commissions for holiday gifts already. So, I know. So my commissions are open. Which is amazing. I'm back to getting stuff for the holidays. I've got 2 really cool projects that I'm working on. But if you are looking for holiday gifts, go to my Twitter, which is JulesRPG. I will have a pin on my Twitter account with my commission form, and you can commission some gifts for people that you love, and maybe for yourself. Want to buy yourself some more holiday gifts?
Yeah, and if you're interested in a amateur artist doing a Funko Pop figure, I might be interested in doing that as well.
Yes, like you should post some pictures of what you did for me, and because I had the one, but did you take pictures of it?
A couple pictures, a couple progress pictures.
I can lightbox some pictures for you too, and see if I can.
Thank you.
Yeah, so that you can, because you should advertise for this and commission this.
Okay.
By the way, speaking of commission, I have a Sombra Perler project that's being done for me by Part Shark. That it is amazing. He has been doing this stuff on Twitch for a while, and I just saw what he did, and it's an 8-bit Sombra, and he just showed me the work in progress, and I'm like, it's a wall hanging, and it's so cool. So
that's awesome.
Yes, so super super cool. Anyway, that is our show. We will be back next week, and let's do this thing as we always do. If I can find the sounder, because I don't know where it is, just like this. Tauren Think Tank is a proud member of the Signals Media All-Star Network. Find out more about the other great shows in the network by going to signalsmedia.com.
Portions of the music and sound effects heard on this show can be found at incompetech.com and freesound.org. You can find us outside of the show on our website, taurenThinkTank.com, and it has all of our podcasts and information on how to get in touch with us, too. You want some cool Triple T swag, because, I do too. And if you want any kind of cool t-shirts, you want some sweatshirts because it's starting to get cold, want some mugs for the nice warm cocoa, it's getting on to that type of weather, then just go to taurenThinkTank.com/store and check it out.
Nice. Thank you to all who support our show via Patreon. We so appreciate it, and it helps us both out tremendously. And if you would like to help out Triple T and its crew, us, you can do so at patreon.com/Tauren Think Tank. If you want to meet other members of the Triple T community, please join our Discord server. The quick way to get there is tinyurl.com/TTTchat2.
You can also like us on Facebook at facebook.com/Tauren Think Tank. You can find us at 280 characters or less. What? On Twitter for the show at Tauren Think Tank. You can find Jules, Jules, ladies first, at Jules RPG. And you can find me, Mark Conan, at Mark Conan Wow.
280 characters is the best, you guys. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, chat room, for being with us tonight and hanging out every Thursday night at 8 o'clock Central. You can find us on the video stream at twitch.tv/Tauren Think Tank. We love seeing you here with us, however you can consume our show. Mark Conan.
Jules.
Welcome home, baby.
Welcome home. It's good to see you. Can't wait for the next one.
I know. We're going to rest up and be ready for BlizzCon 2018. But for now, there's a year's worth of Tauren Think Tank shows that we get to produce for you. And we're so excited, including our annual holiday song, which we've got to work on, Mark Conan, like pretty soon. So.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. If you have ideas, send it to us. Please.
Please send us ideas. All right. So anyway, and it can be anything. It doesn't have to be WoW. Anyway, for myself, for Mark Conan, for the entire chat room, until next time, /moo, everybody.
/moo.
Tauren Think Tank. We make your problems less bad.
This podcast is a part of the Signals Media All-Star Network. For more information on this and other fine shows, go to signalsmedia.com. It's okay to stick our stuff in your ears. Really?
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 Thanks,
That
guys.
is a show.
It was so good to see you all in the chat room and all, just, you know, and all the people that we got to meet. Solomio and, of course, Jim Beverly.
Oh,
and it's just awesome. You know, just, so cool to see you guys.
It was wonderful to meet you guys.
Yes.
I am so glad that you guys could both make it.
It was so funny. Well, it wasn't exactly funny, but when Solomio found me, I was actually on my way to go outside to see Nevermore and Ben, because I hadn't seen them yet. And that in that time frame, when I was talking to Solomio in the and his friend in the lobby, is when Nevermore fell.
Yeah.
So I was going on my way out. We were talking, and then I got this message to say Sarah fell, and we need to get her home. And I'm like, oh yeah. So I saw her. I got to see her before the Lyft driver came to go pick them up, but it was just like, I felt bad because I was like, you know, Solomio, I've talked to you for how many years, and we got a chance to talk for a little bit, and then I was like, I have to go, I'm sorry. But then I saw you a whole bunch of other times throughout the week, so it was perfect.
Oh yeah.
Oh, and then there's the buttress, who we don't talk about.
We don't talk about that guy.
Riff-raff.
Riff-raff.
I had the best breakfast with Buttress on Monday at the airport. It was awesome. We sat down, talked about everything. It was nice because it was the first time that he and I actually got a chance to just like sit and talk through the whole week. But he was awesome. I have to give him huge props for helping us during the CTR party. Like beforehand, he was there, you know, every 5 minutes. What do you need? What do you need? And I'm like, I don't know. I don't know what I need. I just need somebody to do this or
find something.
Just do something. No, everybody was awesome, and they got everything ready for us and rolling and stuff like that. So, yeah, you're riffraff. We. What was I gonna say? Oh, so I forgot to show this during the stream, but this is the Queen of the Tournament banner that I got for.
Oh, nice.
From medieval times. My knights solidified made me the Queen of the Tournament, so I have that in there. So
that is cool. So cool.
I feel so queen-like. I love you too, Buttress. Oh, you guys are amazing. Our Triple T audience, I swear, you guys are some of the most incredible people, and we saw a lot of you this year at BlizzCon, and it just changed everything. Laylee, if you're still here, girl, like you made me cry. All right, so now Jim, because of that specific thing, the reward will be written to say that you may grant that to somebody else. So yeah, because honestly, I did not expect that anybody would give it away. Right? So, please don't feel bad that
No.
The terrible thing. I got to show this off though, because it's right here. This is what really made for us. She's making one for Marconin right now. I'll put this up to the camera so you can see it.
It's beautiful. I love it so much. And the card was really, really sweet too.
Beautiful card, and
you had me tearing up pretty good.
It was just I have to hang it up. I have a bunch of things to hang up in my house now. So
me too. I got my gift from 112 today. It came in the mail.
It arrived today. Awesome.
Yeah, it arrived today, so it's over there.
I'll have to show this to you. So this is the picture of me getting the Queen of the Tournament banner. I'll show this to you in a second, Marconin.
Okay.
And so it is awesome, and I have to frame it.
Aw, that is
they
so
snapped
cool.
this picture of me, and so it's just so cute. And I'm like, okay, I have to get this frame too. So I've been looking for a frame for it. It's just so cool. It's okay though. Woo! And your Funko Pop. Now I need to actually. I am looking at new, like a shelf unit to actually to display your Funko and other stuff, because I also have the Diva statue coming and I need a place to put her. So I actually let me show you guys this. I'll put it in the chat room.
That thing is gigantic.
It's gigundo. It's amazing. So
I saw it in the glass case and I was like, geez. I know they said it was big, but geez.
I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. It was insane. So that I just linked
in
the
that's
chat
pretty.
room. Yeah, so everything in my house is painted white. So because that's just how everything, all the things are white. And so I thought that was a really cool like way to, so I need a place to put like my chainmail, my little drawers. I have these little cases and stuff like that. So I need like something to put together that goes. So I thought that was kind of cool.
Yeah, that does look really nice.
And I can put Diva on the top of it. So I might buy that. That's what I'm thinking.
And Garrus doesn't jump up on any of that stuff?
He does, but hopefully he will not. I mean, I've got Tracer up on my right now she's up on my TV stand, and he will jump like she used to be on one of my shelves, and he would walk around her. He would just like walk right around her. Garrus doesn't knock much off of my desk, but hopefully that will keep him like on the side. Arksimi wants to fill those tiles in. That's because you're an architect.
Yeah.
There's because you're an architect, dude. Like
you could fill it in with like stained glass colors.
You want to come and decorate it, Buttress? You can make it all pretty. I can't believe it's 250 shows already. Holy crap.
I know, it's crazy. We'll be celebrating 300, around this time next year.
Holy buckets. Holy buckets. All right.
Landed in my lap. Concrete avoided up to shenanigans. Pull out your swords. Tanking the Disney boss. Death daggers. Tip of the spear.
That's a good one.
Mm-hmm. Living BlizzCon to BlizzCon.
Uh-huh. Well, there's lots of places for you to crash up here. There's lots of people to come hang out with. It's for sure.
I was gonna say I may make a couple trips next year, depending on how the Minnesota meetups go.
Yeah, Minnesota meetup will be summer, but we may put together something before the holidays too. So
Yeah. Well, and Eve and Mage are going to go to Phoenix in June for.
Oh, they're gonna?
Yeah, for Mage's birthday. It's the big 4-0.
Nice.
And so I'm already looking at going too. So maybe.
Is that when Phoenix Comic-Con is going on? Or no?
I don't think so. I think that's during whatever holiday is in August. Which one is that? It's not Memorial Day, is it?
Labor Day?
Labor Day. I think it's Labor Day.
Now I'm trying to remember. Dragon Con. Let's see. Which show title do you like? Could be
I like
Tip of the
could
Spear.
be what? Tip
Could
of
be
the Spear. I like that one. I like
Yeah,
let's
Dragon
see.
Con is Labor Day. I thought Phoenix Comic Con was like June-ish, but maybe I'm wrong.
It might be. Let's see.
When
No, it's
is
in
Phoenix Comic Con?
it's May. It's May 24th. It's Memorial Day weekend.
Oh, Memorial Day. Okay.
Yeah.
I gotcha. Okay.
Because I'd
That
love to
actually
go to
is
that.
good because that means that Nevermore would be vending that whole weekend.
Yeah. Yeah. She would be around. She would be around for that.
Mm-hmm.
That would be cool.
So let's do Tip of the Spear. How about that one?
Yeah, that sounds good.
You like that one?
Yeah,
Cool.
I wouldn't mind going to other cons at some point too. Because I'd love to do San Diego some year.
Oh gosh, that'd be insanity.
It'd be huge.
What's yours,
Phoenix
Draven?
sounds good.
What are yours?
Do what?
Do Tip of the Spear. BlizzCon things.
Mhm.
Yeah, I definitely would like to try to make a trip to go to Phoenix to like just be there with those guys, like without it being a convention, you know?
Yeah, me too. I'd like to just go see, because we did go to Phoenix, gosh, years ago.
Uh-huh.
But all we really did there was we went to the Star Trek tour that was there, and then we went to like the Grand Canyon and Meteor Crater. We ate at a couple restaurants in Phoenix, but that was before podcasting anything. That was like back in 08, 07. So that was way before I knew any of you guys.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
We
I'm
should
slowly
talk.
looking through my pins.
There might be a like a long weekend that could be planned for something like that.
I would be up for that.
All right. We'll
The
talk.
tip of the dark spear.
We'll talk. We'll see. Maybe we'll put it together. Some like, hey, let's get together type of thing.
We'll do some talking. You know, I just come down the road. We'll talk for a little bit. See what's up.
Love it. Love it.
Love it.
If you guys haven't seen it too, I put the photo album photos from the CTR party. I'll put it in the chat room.
This is my first Murloc too.
Is it?
Yeah, it's the only
Some of those are
Murloc
really
I have.
funny.
Yeah,
I did not get my photo taken this year in the photo booth, and that was very dumb. But
I didn't either. I think I did. I think I did last year. It was me and Sparrow and Morgan.
Uh-huh.
The three of us were in there last year, but not this year.
That's awesome. All right, guys, we're gonna get out of here because I'm losing steam and I'm tired. So,
Same here.
same. I'm going to go and get my TSA pre-check appointment done tomorrow, so I don't have to do that anymore. TSA
Nice.
pre-check all the time, baby. Getting it
Do
done.
you have to renew that every so often?
It's a 5-year
or-
thing.
Oh wow, that's not bad.
Yeah, it's a 5-year thing for $85. So I'm like, ugh, to be able to just go through the pre-check line every time I fly, which is just like 5 to 6 times a year, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, that'd be a lot. Yeah, that's worth it right there.
Mm-hmm. So, all right, guys. Slash moo, everybody. Have a great week. Rest up. If you
Slash
went to
moo,
BlizzCon,
guys.
we'll talk to you later.
See ya. Bye, guys.